Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 14th weekly episode of Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith. I'm with Alex Hong. Alex, we're taking a little break from the sun here and transitioning into the rain. How do you feel?
Hey Julian, I've been doing pretty well lately. I just got out of college last week, so this week was like a first free relaxing week for me with nothing to worry about, no finals or anything like that. So it's been pretty nice. Uh, Mostly was able to catch up with some high school friends. I went to the golf range twice, so I'm trying to get back into it. So yeah, life's been pretty good lately. How about you?
Interesting to hear that you're going to the golf driving range because that's what I did too, except I went to the course. That was I went to the driving range, then to the course. It's been nice. I come back to my hometown where I spent my high school life and honestly feel like a high schooler again. Like I'm not really worrying too much about everything and like I'm just out here having a good time. Hey, I see someone playing golf out there. I'm gonna go say hi, stuff like that. And it's been really cool. It's it's interesting because I feel like I didn't know like that so many people were into the Mariners. I'd go up to my friends that I knew from high school and I'd be like, "Do you watch the Mariners?" "Yeah." "Like you watch my podcast?" "Yeah, I do." "Well, that's awesome. Thank you." Like stuff like that. But the Mariners right now are one game over 500. And I wonder, is this team really built to win the World Series this year? Because I think this team is they're one game over 500, which means that they're like half a game back right now of the wild card spot. Does this team have what it takes to whether we trade at the trade deadline or stuff like that? Can we make the playoffs and can we win the World Series? What do you think?
Well, I think first we should define a team that is able to contend. Like what characteristics of teams that are able to contend should have. And one of the things I think they should have is consistency. Like having an inconsistent team, like, oh, or we don't know if the offense is going to show up. Oh, we don't know if the pitching is going to like give up 10 runs or 0 runs. So I think the team needs to have consistency. Our team, I don't think consistency wise isn't too bad. We have a lot of players that we know we can rely on, like Cal Raleigh, like the home run leader right now. We can rely on him day in and day out. JP Crawford this year, we can rely on him. Okay. So we have players that we can rely on, but we also have spots like of the bottom of the order where we're like really not sure if they can rely on. Also our relief pitchers like um outside of like Munoz, Matt Brash, and Gabe Spire, we're like not really sure what's gonna happen if we throw them out there. So there's some issues like that on the team. But every team has those type of issues. It's just we're trying to minimize those issues and try to be as more consistent as possible. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think this team after the deadline trades, I think we do have a chance at winning because I think the best players on our roster are really good. Like starting with Cal Raleigh, um, our reigning home run champion so far. And then we've got the pitching staff who's really good. Like their ceilings are really high. They're if Logan Gilbert's at his best, seven shutout innings, that's really good. If Brian Woo's at his best, another seven shutout innings. Like if these guys play at their best, I think the Mariners are really good. So we've got a ton of players that are like that. Same with Julio, same with JP, same with Randy Rosarena, same with Jorge Polanco. We saw Jorge Polanco at the start of the season. He was batting like 390. And obviously he's regressed down to like 260 now, but I think Jorge Polanco was somebody who we heavily relied on at the start of the season, and now it's Cal Raleigh. So we look at this team in terms of what they're able to do versus what they're doing right now, and I think what they're able to do is so much higher than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think the potential of this team, like you were talking about, is really good. I mean, we have seen these players, even the players at the bottom of the order, like Donovan Solano, like right now he's been playing a lot better than he did at the start of the year. If he continues to play as good as he did, or even a little less than that, he's going to be good. Like he'll be a good player. We just got Luke Rayleigh back, and then the last two games, the first two games he played, he'd been playing really well. So like these aren't like bad players. These aren't players that I'm like, oh wow, he's coming in. I know it's an outlet. I don't even need to watch it. I could just take a break, go to the bathroom. Like they're not those type of players like that we're putting out there. So we definitely do have a chance. Um, One thing I want to talk about is like if we do make a move at the trade deadline, what like area should we like trade for, do you think? Like what area do you think we need the most help in?
I think one is definitely first and third base. I think that first base, it's a little bit of a question mark now because I think Donovan Solano's playing good, as you just mentioned. Like Donovan Solano in the past week is literally the best player in Major League Baseball. He's batting 500 with like a 550 on base in the last week. He's really, really turned it up. And I don't think first base is that much of a black hole anymore because Donovan Solano is just that good. And obviously, Donovan Solano probably isn't going to continue hitting 500 with a 550 on base, but I think he's brought his confidence back to the point where like he can probably hit around 280 with like 350 on base for us. And at that point, Donovan Solano is not a black hole. He's actually a daily contributor for the team. So I think first base actually, I take first base back. I don't know if first base is a place of need anymore. Third base, probably. Third base is probably a good spot to get a player. First and second, probably, because Ben Williamson and Cole Young aren't batting as good as the top of the order. They're starting to get better. Ben Williamson's definitely getting better. It's just when you look at the production that these two have compared to, let's say, a JP or a Julio or a Cal, I'd rather put another JP or Julio or Cal in the eighth or ninth hitter hole as a third baseman or a second baseman. No discredit to the defense though that Mel Williamson has. That guy has been making plays that even some of the top third basemen can't make. So this guy defensively is really good. I'd say
Oh.
probably third and second though because those two aren't producing the way a World Series team does.
Hmm. And a lot of the times I see these World Series teams, like, although like Ben Williamson is good on defense, a lot of time the World Series teams they like don't really care too much about the defense and they'll just put the best offense out there as possible. And I think that is like the modern strategy nowadays, to where like it doesn't matter he can't play defense or he's not that good. He can hit like crazy. So I feel like that a lot of teams prioritize most. I mean, even with like Rafael Devers. Like they're trading for his bat. They're not trading for his defense. If they have to put him on third base, so be it, because his offense is so good. So I think a lot of teams have been less prioritizing the defense as much as the offense. How about you? What do you think about that?
I think it's to an extent. I mean, if you have to put Jorge Polanco out there at third base, like you got to switch. Like you've got to put like a Ben Williamson out there. He's going to be a lot better defensively. Like Jorge Polanco on third base probably isn't going to make the plays that, just the average third baseman can make. He's probably like two hopping a routine ground ball. So that's I think there's there's a part where like obviously you want to have a defensive third baseman out there, but I do agree with you. I think that the bat is a little bit more important as long as that third baseman can play defensively at a
Like
moderate
reasonable
level.
level.
Yeah, like as long as you don't see a ground ball going up third base and go, oh, we just got scored an infield hit, then I think we're good. And Ben Williamson does significantly more than that defensively. He's probably a gold glove third base defender. It's just when it comes to his offense, he's not taking his walks. His batting average is decently high, but I don't know. I just don't feel like Ben Williamson has what it takes to hit big league pitching the same way that Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Jorge Polanco, Randy Rosarena, those guys are doing at the top of the order. Because I think our top five is really good. Like
Yeah.
our top five is really, really good. JP, Julio, Cal, Rosarena, Polanco, those are good guys up at the top of our order. And then we've got Donovan Solano and then Luke Rayleigh. That's a good seven. We just need to fill two holes. And I think those two holes are unfortunately third base and second base with Cole Young and Ben Williamson.
Well, even with like Cole Young, he's like very, very inexperienced because he just got called up. So we're basically trying to like test him out and like trying to make him get better, which is not like good if we like need to win like this moment, but I think it's still good to like put him out there for now. I mean, but another thing I want you to talk about is the relief pitching. Do you think we need to do anything there?
Yeah, I'd say like one good move, but we really need to figure out who's good and who's not good because last year we went and thought the same thing. We went and got Jimmy Garcia, who happened to be really bad and then got sent to the injured list within the first like month of getting traded to the Mariners. We don't want that happening, as especially because relief pitchers throw more than once in 5 days. Obviously, once in 5 days, starting pitchers are throwing 6 or 7 innings, so that part makes it harder for them. But relief pitchers are coming out here throwing 100 miles an hour with like maybe a day of rest, and so we need to figure out this guy is not injury prone. This guy can keep us in the game. This guy can not get injured within the first month and has a good ERA, has good stuff like that. And I think as long as we figure out this guy's good, we should definitely go trade for a relief pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, we have one of the best closers in the league, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm more worried about, let's say, one of our pitchers, he has to get out in the fifth inning, and then who are we putting out there in the
Mm,
sixth? You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I would trust Spire, Brash, and Munoz like a lot to like close out a game if we really, really need to. But I'm not sure who we would put in case if the starter had a bad game or his pitch count got up. Like if we still want to try to win the game because the starting pitching, our starting pitching has like very good upside, but they're not always like playing up to that upside. And not every starter has like an amazing game every single time. So like if they do get out in like the fifth inning and then we need someone in the sixth, like we need like someone consistent there who like we don't like just throw out there and we're like, wow, okay, we gotta like hold on to our breath every pitch.
yeah. I think though that the relief pitching is starting to get better because Edward Bazardo has been having some really good games recently, and I think if we can, I don't know if I trust him too much yet. He has good stuff, but with not as good command. So when he does have the command, he's really good. And then when he doesn't have the command, obviously he starts to become really bad. So we're starting to build around Munoz, Spire, and Brash a little bit. And I'd say our team's good in terms of relief pitching. We could get one more. That's I don't think we need more than one, but to have one more in the middle to back end of the bullpen range would be really nice.
Yeah, so overall we think if we could get like one relief pitcher maybe and then maybe like a second or third baseman, do you think at that point the team is able to contend like to like a confident level to where we're like pretty sure we can make the playoffs and maybe do some damage?
Yeah. Um, and I don't even know if we need second baseman actually because Jorge Polanco can fill in at second, and then we open up that DH role again. So a third baseman and like just somebody who can bat. We need a bat that can either get on base or hit a home run from like the 7, 8, 9 range. And if we can get that and then we can get a relief pitcher, I'd say we're pretty set for the playoffs and then maybe a World Series run if we're lucky.
Okay, Julian, do you have any other thoughts?
Not really. Do you?
Nope. All right.
Thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like, leave a follow. Check us out, our beautiful faces on YouTube. Check out our Spotify, our Apple Podcasts, and Check us out on the next episode. Thanks, guys. Go
All right,
Mariners.
go Mariners.